Good evening, everybody. Welcome to America's Third Party and part two of our show tonight, November 17th, 2016. I'm David Sponheim for AmericasThirdParty.com. Running for president, obviously, is something that I've been doing for a long time and will continue to do all of my life because this is what I believe I'm intended to do. Some people think that this is a delusional show. I'm just doing what any honest average American would do to fight for what's right in this country. That's a very simple answer. And I realize that we're all up against unbelievable tyranny, corruption at the highest levels. I realize the media is so controlled that they've censored me for the past 8 years. I know that people all around the world are now starting to watch our show, and I really appreciate that because that's exactly what we need to convert back the public opinion and the court of public opinion around the world to get the censorship to drop its censorship against me. So I can get into the dialogue and really start communicating to save our nation, because we really are very vulnerable right now with Trump so close to Russia in a business sense, a long-term enemy of America, and more recently a more obvious enemy in respect to a lot of different conflicts we've been having under President Obama. But realistically, there's no reason to be friends with a country like Russia. They're not planning on being our friend. They would be disrespected within their own country if they were. The Russian people, if they were told by Putin that he wants to be our friend, would absolutely want to get rid of him as a leader. That's the difference here between our nation and their nation and how they perceive this entire thing with Trump. So Trump has a lot riding on him to make America great again, which he stole that idea from Ronald Reagan. And somebody said, well, maybe he's going to be a Ronald Reagan. Well, you know, he may want to have a test for Alzheimer's right now. He may want to, somebody could test him. That'd be great. I think that Donald Trump should definitely pass a barometer of clarity issues. You know, taking so many days to just get a transition team going, and then putting Mitt Romney in charge? I mean, it's almost like he should have had Mitt Romney run for the presidency. This guy's just wanting to be there because he wants to make some things happen for his business. It's pretty obvious. His business right around the end of the campaign was very much on edge. Changing ownership in one area in Toronto. There's a lot of things happening. The name has been altered on a couple of his Trump areas. So we're asking, what's really going on? Is Trump running out of money, and does he have to seek money or a loan from Russia? Is that why he's doing this? Is that why he's acting like he wants to be president? Because he certainly can't perform like a president. He seems to be reeling and asking his son-in-law Jared Kushner for answers. Jared, by the way, who is a Goldman Sachs employee, is obviously running the show. And that's disturbing. You know, we didn't vote for Jared. Now, with this type of control from within, Russian mobsters making calls, his daughter Ivanka with her clothing line, I mean, this is a confused mess that's going to interfere with our primary long-term objective with Russia. Do I want a Cold War again? Well, we're in a colder war right now, so I don't want this. But I also don't want to bend over and grease up and get raped. What the hell? There's a big difference between being friends and showing a modicum of respect and making some agreements that make sense. Like Putin wants Trump desperately to say, we are pulling support for the rebels away from Syria. He desperately wants, but nothing has happened. Trump has never made any overtures to pull support for the rebels. He's going into this election without even getting you Trump-tards to understand that. You think he's going after ISIS. You think, mindlessly, that Russia's been going after ISIS too. When behind the screens, ISIS was created by Hillary and Barack and essentially put out there as a tool to manipulate us into thinking that the terrorists are coming, the terrorists are coming. So it keeps funding a war. So you see, Trump met with Kissinger today, which shows his New World Order connections all over the place. This is a puppet you chose, Trump. Trump's a puppet. And worst of all, he's being pulled from different directions. Pretty soon, we won't even know where his allegiances are. Now, Jared has a top secret clearance now, which is very dangerous. We don't need a person from Goldman Sachs with top secret clearance. That's crazy. There's nothing cool about Trump at all. In fact, stealing 10 of my ideas to get elected is uncool. Had I had 1 second in the media to challenge this guy during the previous election, he wouldn't have been a media event. I would have been. Now, we got an incredible poster from Scissor Fight. He put together this image, which, in my opinion, typifies what this is all about. You people think that I'm just some sort of a gadfly out there and, nobody's going to take me seriously, blah, blah, blah. Well, you may even say that the devil whispered in Sponheim's ear, "You're not strong enough to withstand the storm." Today, Sponheim whispered in the devil's ear, "I am the storm." And that's what this country's all about. The American people taking our country back, and you're not going to get that with Trump. You're going to get a Kissinger-manipulated New World Order puppet president. I have no strings to any of those people. They don't pull my strings. They've never contacted me. I have no backing, and I'm going to keep it that way. Because you need a representative. Folks, you're without any representative out there. All right. I made an incredible zucchini turkey chili today with a package of turkey I picked up for $2.50 for a pound of turkey meat. And I'm teaching people on my cooking show how to really economize. And if you want to check it out, you guys can save a lot of money on your budget and not go into debt like Trump is, and not be a debt hog like Trump is, and get ahead of this incredible economic turmoil that a lot of us are in by simply going to my YouTube site and checking out the videos. We got great recipes for all of you. Just go there, and they take about 45 minutes to watch, but you can fast forward through them if you want. There's the link, and the current show is up and running. We've got the zucchini. It's a zucchini turkey chili. $5 for 5 meals. Check it out. We are live now on YouTube. Let's check it out. Go there now. We should be live on YouTube now. We put our show back up again. Look, if you don't start making $5 meals instead of going deep into debt, you're going to have a problem. Everywhere I go, I hear people say, "Yeah, I got to meet my bills this month. Yeah, I got to meet my bills this month." I walked through Walmart today buying some of that no-salt tomato sauce that I use for my chili, which is a great product, by the way. And I added it, but I heard somebody saying that, "Yeah, I got bills up the yin-yang. Every month we got to deal with our bills." Everybody in America seems to be enslaved by their bills. I just took mod status away from you. I'm going to unmod you again. Okay, we got a person in here who is making some comments. Believe me, Sarah hardly puts any money into this budget at all. I cook on a very, very fine budget out of my funding. I have no history in Kosovo. I'll be glad to take a lie detector test to prove that. You want me to unmod you? Okay, you want me to unmod you? Okay. I make my own chili. It's perfect, and it's good for Sarah. She needs some nutrition. Low fat, essentially. I didn't use butter or anything. But there is a certain amount of fat in the turkey meat, but I left that in there. Simply because I really think it's not as bad as you think it is. Mod me so I can be unmodded. Oh, okay, sure. Sarah eats very well. Yeah, I make some incredible meals, and we use organic, non-GMO food most of the time, too. The only time she deviates is when she gets a pizza or something. Yeah, turkey is, by nature, low-fat. Yeah, people complaining about bills all the time know the truth. There's an endless thing I hear everywhere I go, and it's just this... Times are tough. People can barely meet their minimum payments, and they keep borrowing from their credit card to just deal with life, kind of like Donald Trump did over the past 30 years. We're not getting any leadership is what I'm saying. Trump won't be able to help the country financially because he won't be able to cut the budget. I can tell you that up front, he has no history of making concessions in any of his businesses. He bankrupts corporations and he manipulates tax law to get away with not paying taxes. I mean, seriously. You didn't get a real fiscal conservative with him. You got a spendthrift beyond belief. He's going to make Barack Obama look like a tightwad when we get done here. And this crowd hammer, man, I got to get a copy of that. Wow. Oh, no. No video detected. They made it so I can't even copy it.
I think it's in.
So you know what I'm going to have to do? Oh, man. I normally don't have to do this, but I'm going to have to do it right now. All right. I'm going to go grab that section where he talks about Kissinger. It's hilarious. And just put it on the memory bank. Here we go.
You really can't be sworn into office unless you've met Henry Kissinger. I think it's in the Constitution that he will only stick with loyalists, a small group, outsiders, and the country will be adrift at the beginning because they're going to have to learn everything from the beginning when they come into office. So I thought that was the most important signal of the day. And of course, bringing in Henry Kissinger, he's a visitor of foreign policy. You really can't be sworn into office unless you've met Henry Kissinger. I think it's in the Constitution.
He's a true brain on foreign policy.
Oh, yeah, a real brain on foreign policy. He's really helped us a lot with this incredible attempt to force our country into war after war after war, the Henry Kissinger way. I mean, here we are still at war in Iraq and Afghanistan. You people really want us to confer with Kissinger. It's just unbelievable. I can't even believe I'm living in a country with people this myopic that they can't even understand what they're doing.
Get out of my class! Get out of my class! Get out of my class, then! Yeah, I'd like to forget you! Get out of my class! You're gonna sit here and do nothing! Get out!
A Baltimore teacher was fired after this viral video showed her calling students, quote, idiots and using the N-word.
Wow. Okay. Zero tolerance for that. Oh, we've got a little problem here. Sorry, I had to get rid of this guy. Yeah. I mean, I believe in free speech. I would have protected her. Sure. She would have been in the rubber room working as an adjunct stenographer or something. Let's hear Kissinger talking to Trump. Did we have a video of Kissinger talking to Trump? Could you pull that up? Because I don't have any video. It was all secret. That's what the New World Order is. It's secret. Well, it's not nice to call people idiots, but nobody should be taken from a school for calling anybody an idiot. But using the N-word is out of line. Teachers should be allowed to call a kid an idiot. I mean, haven't you ever heard of the dunce cap? Okay, here's a little thing from Sarah Pluck at Sarah B. Pluck. Joe says, whispers, I left a bag of Cheetos in the bathroom. Obama, why? Well, why? In case he needs to powder his nose. Obama says, Joe? Yeah, there you go. Cheetos, huh? Is that a code word for cocaine? Go away, Trump. Go away, Trump. Go away. Okay. Play your Obama imitation, please. Okay. Now we break to immediate information, courtesy of David. That's me. Well, I'm going to impersonate Barack Obama, handing the torch of corruption over to the Donald. Well, let's be clear. Donald, there's a bag of Cheetos in the bathroom. And yep, don't mind me. Hey, by the way, this character is broke, insane Obama. Obamas. And it was a character I created back in 2008 because I really needed to. And this is not a crazy place. You need to go away. Go back to your psychiatric ward. How will you promote yourself if the two-party system is drained? We don't know. We're hoping you can figure that out, 6519. Yeah, the entire mainstream media is censored. Well, sure. Well, let's be clear. Let's not talk about Trump in such a negative way. Just say pedo would be appropriate, based on the simple fact that he did walk into the dressing room of the Miss Teen USA competition and said, "Don't mind me. It's nothing I haven't seen before." So that's an admission that he's looked at women as young as 14 years old naked. You got to understand, there's a lot into this. As you read into the Trump dialogue, and there's over 200 statements where he's made absolute weird statements. Every one of them implies some very strange things. Groper, womanizer. Yeah. I am not going to respect anybody who runs around talking about women's private parts and acts like this is the appropriate behavior. I'm not slandering him. I'm only saying what he said. I can back that up too. He actually came into the Miss Teenage USA competition, and I checked it out. There are women out there. No, Sarah was 20 when I met her. There are women out there that are 14, young girls, competing in the Miss Teen USA. He said, and he walked in the dressing room, and everyone saw him. He's got witnesses all over the place. He said, "Oh, don't mind me. It's nothing I haven't seen before." Hello? That's not slander. That's a fact, Jack. So if you think for a second he's going to slip out of that one. And what about his Jeffrey Epstein connections? Do you even know about the Orgy Island and the Jeffrey Epstein connection to Donald Trump? Well, we're going to be finding out more because Alan Dershowitz was sued. And he's going to defend that statement, his face, or his name rather, in the blacklist book for Jeffrey Epstein, the black book. His name there was not supposed to be there. Now, we'll see if Dershowitz gets off or they find him guilty. Because if he's found guilty, he is guilt by association. So is Donald. So we'll find out if Donald really has connections to that black book. But allegedly, he was in the black book. We have a picture of it. You'd like me to show it to you? Sounded wrong door nervous. Okay, here's a good one that Scissor Fight has here. The people who got him killed are still in power in America. That's a really good one. I'm going to copy that too. Copy that. Until and unless those people are imprisoned, America won't ever be free. So true. You got a good one there, man. I don't know if you made these up or they're just, they're there, but man, they really typify what we're all about. We're concerned about corruption at the highest levels in America. And I've been tracking this for some time. And we do a variety of shows every night. We have a different theme for every show. Monday is Conspiracy Monday. Tuesday is Truth Tuesday. Wednesday is Wasteful Wednesday. And tonight's supposed to be Technology Thursday. Freedom is Freedom Friday. We talk about brutality in America. And Saturday is our anti-war show. Hello, I've never seen any of these 14-year-olds, except, of course, Miss Teen USA competition allows 14-year-olds. Yep. Well, maybe you should start the corruption at the lower levels, seeing as how you couldn't get even to the said levels. Dung Ring, you have got no idea what we're dealing with. Corruption at the local levels is just as bad as the upper levels. That's why I'm shooting, my target is the White House for 2020. I can't get a deal on video cards, no. Go to eBay, man. If you really want to save money, there's ways of doing it. Obviously, looking around for the best deal is how we started our show, really. I mean, we did a computer. We go through a laptop every 3 years. And we've been through 3 laptops. This is our 3rd laptop, and I bought a 3-year warranty on it. Because the heat sink usually overheats on laptops. So we got the laptop with the fans in the back, which really helps a lot. I never hear this at all. No, I was 38 when I met Sarah at 20 years old. That's the difference in our age. But I would never, ever date a young woman under the age. No, of course not. That would be insane. Colin Powell, really? Are we going to go back to that one? No, I would never, no. That's insane, man. You gotta understand, there are laws in America to protect young women. Now, if people are violating that and having their Sharia children hooked up at 14, I'm sorry, but that's a violation of our national sexual misconduct laws. In the state of Washington, you have to be 5 years older than the youngest if a woman's over 16, a young girl. We're talking about some dangerous stuff here. Yeah. That's why I talked about the Miss Teen USA competition that Trump walked into the dressing room at. I'm surprised you haven't even heard of it. It's public knowledge. Well, what you're into is pretty sick. Yeah. Colin Powell, I don't know, Colin Powell had some Twitter message. Actually, he was hacked by the WikiLeaks organization. And they found out that Colin Powell called up or wrote an email to Hillary describing Bill as some sort of a... What were the words that he used in the email? You read the wiki, right? I think the Korean War can end. We don't need to be at war with North Korea. Stop coming in here and promoting this Caesar thing. I have no idea what you're doing. Yeah, we don't in any way approve of that person. I have no idea who it is. Okay. Are you running for president in 2020? Marcus, yes, I plan on it. I haven't publicly made that official with the FEC yet, but I plan on it. Okay, we have a big question right now. What's real and what's fake? There's a big story that's migrating through Facebook, was perpetrated by, I think, the New World Order, to try to knock sites off that put fake news out there. According to the cognitively dishonest political left, fake news is anything they don't already agree with. Mike Adams, the health ranger, has another story, yet and again. I think Mike Adams, the health ranger, is kind of like William Shakespeare. I think they got about 15 people writing these stories. Dave, in what ways would you repel the attacks of the Israeli lobby, especially given their vice grip on Congress? Well, Dung, we're going to create a plan to get Israel to admit that they have nuclear weapons based on the Colin Powell story. Colin Powell said in an email that a WikiLeaks revealed that we have sold Israel 200 nuclear weapons. That story didn't go away. It's still out there. Well, the reality is this discussion needs to go beyond this. We actually have to pull that email up and look at it. We haven't really done our due diligence, have we? I would ban this person if I could. Coke made a selfie bottle because the world needed one. A selfie bottle. So there are some technologies being developed in America. A bottle that you can take a picture of yourself drinking the Coke. Only in America would somebody want to do something like this. And here you are. So people who are in love with themselves could just take a quick picture of themselves. They put it on any Coke bottle, and it'll snap a shot of their face drinking the Coke. That's actually brilliant advertising. I find that really incredible. You got kicked from chat 3 times? Why, Jackson? What's going on? Are they picking on my supporters here? I didn't kick you. Mark, what are you doing? You're kicking some of my top supporters here. Yeah, you could just take a rubber band and strap your phone to it, I suppose. A Coke bottle selfie. The world is screwed. Where have we gone? What's it all about? Alfie? What's it all about, Alfie? None of you remember the song. Okay, that's the problem with being older. You start realizing nobody gets what you're saying. Okay, this is a big story that came in just a few minutes ago. Mexican mayor arrested after hundreds of people massacred and cooked in what are called a network of ovens, following a Breitbart investigation. Court documents obtained by Breitbart Texas revealed that the wave of terror unleashed by the Los Zetas began as an internal spat between Los Zetas, resulting in the leadership ordering the murder of every individual related, connected, or associated with 2 former members. The kill list included women and children. Oh, yeah. See why we needed a fence with Mexico like 8 years ago? Now it's almost too late, but we still support the fence idea. The 1,000-mile fence is my idea, and I would never give up on it. But because we've been talking about it, Trump grabbed the idea in 2014 and ran with it. And now we're looking at, I could read all different sources, not just Breitbart. But now we're looking at a situation where the fence is really needed. We can't just sit around and talk about it. And then Trump realized that he can't build a wall. Somebody got to him and said, hey, Trump, wall's too difficult to work. Oh, this is funny. Michelle Obama. I don't think she put that out, but that's pretty funny. An immigrant is taking my job as first lady, first tranny. Melania, I think, is a woman, and I have a lot of respect for Melania. I think she's a pretty woman. She's able to speak 6 languages. And how can you not love the fact that she's worked her way up in life? So there are a lot of things that you can stand here and say, Melania did this, that, and the other thing. Yes, she needs to be prosecuted for illegally receiving $20,000. Let's try to at least make it clear that, she did make $20,000 in illegal money without having a green card. So she needs to be prosecuted for that. And I like the fact that she respected Michelle so much as to copy and plagiarize her speeches. That's pretty good. And then posing fully naked. I mean, who would have ever thought that people wanted to see her body fully naked so she could succeed in life? I mean, think about it. I mean, you can only imagine where that took her. I haven't talked about my hair tonight because we try not to make my hair a topic. Thank you. Whatever Melania had to do to get, become the first lady, I guess that's the pathway that people take now. It really doesn't make sense, though, that we would allow this, but hey, whatever. Graphic video shows a half a dozen cops pummel a man as their canine tears him apart. Oh, here's a fair fight. This is for Freedom Friday, but let's play it anyway. Oh yeah, the cops, brutal again, and Trump won't make a single statement about cop brutality, will he?
He's not even fucking fighting. Put your baton away. You guys are fucking ridiculous. Fucking pussies, man. They are! Oh my god! Fucking seriously?
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
This is insane, man. This is insane. I'm sure they've got a taser too.
At their finest.
Unbelievable. This is what they do to people now. This is what happens when you call the cops. I mean, we don't even know what he did. I mean, geez. Yet Trump won't even talk about police brutality. And all you Trump-tards, you're sitting there going, well, I don't really know. I don't know what to say. All right. No, this is actually my hair. You just don't know it. I was wearing a wig last night. The dog was not shot soon afterwards. You're making that up, man. Trump-tards are filling the swamp, not draining it. Good one, 882. I'm not protecting this troll called Caesar. If you can give me his IP, we'll contact Mark with it. They're jealous of my hair. Wow. It's just my boyish, youthful look that they're upset about. I'm 56 years old. And, you know, it's not hair in a can. It's actual hair. It's my hair. I just found a great shampoo. It's called Beep 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 Beep. And it's really good. It's only at Beep Beep 99. It's on sale right now at Beep Beep. So you should check it out. No, I'm 56. I'm not 62 yet. Oh, he uses VPNs to get in here, yeah. I didn't do anything to Jackson. He's here. He's ready to go. He's raring for action. You can't find this particular shampoo at Walmart, no. You do enjoy porn, Sponheim? Is that a question mark? No, I don't enjoy porn. You have a radio voice. Well, thank you very much. It's more misery, I think. It's miserable. Trump is turning the world upside down, Dave. Why do you hate on him? Because he's turning the world upside down in a negative way, you idiot. He just met with Henry Kissinger. I wonder how that went. Henry, I need an extension on my credit. Mr. President, I told you that the World Bank will issue you a refund as soon as you make a few deals that will allow us to continue the global domination of the planet. I just want a loan. Can I get a loan? Come on. They got their strings so deep in him that it's not even funny. And if we don't get some sort of a public trust set up with all of his assets in it, we're vulnerable as a nation. Well, thank you. Yeah, well, I look pretty good for 56. You know, it's not a lot of people can hold their face together as long as I can. I use an amazing product called plastic spray. I just spray plastic on my face and then I buff it with a little satin plastic finish. Gets a little crusty right around my eyes, but hey, it's been amazing. Thanks. Yeah, you just spray plastic on your... No, don't do this at home, especially if it has tuolamine in it. I look 56. I need more sleep, though, that's for sure. I only get 5 hours sleep. It would really help if I got more than 5 hours sleep. Inside Trump's financial ties to Russia and his unusual flattery of Vladimir Putin. We will be looking closely. Another story from the Washington Post has been generated in the American press. We must take a look at how the Putin is manipulating Trump with his financial control of Trump's empire. That is good. We will look at that later. Thank you so much. Why 5 hours? I don't know. Because I'm stressed. I've got a lot of things on my mind. It's hard to unwind. This show gets me so amped out. I do a show all the way to 2 in the morning just to unwind, talking to the chat. You think I'm doing it for your pleasure? I actually really look at the videos and see the kind of things you guys bring to me every night, and I watch them with you. And then we hold hands, and at a certain hour, at 12, we sing Kumbaya, my Lord, Kumbaya. Oh, Lord, Kumbaya. And then we do a little fact... Actually, like a Psychic Friends network, but it's more like a Psychic Enemies network. We're psychically at odds with each other. Jesse Ventura was calling Trump Hitler on Alex Jones today. Well, have you cleared this with Vladimir Putin? Because he is in charge of the White House now. You may want to contact Putin regarding any questions regarding the Trump administration. David, I still want to find a nice place in the woods and just lay down. Okay. Well, do yourself a favor. If you're going to lay there, get a pup tent. Now, right now, Big 5 has pup tents as low as $24.99.
The Bilderberg Group. So Jesse was talking about how Trump is behaving like Hitler?
That's right. Why would they do that?
Well, Jesse, Trump clearly is getting the messages from the powerful elite that are running their operation through the Bilderberg Group.
Why would they do that?
No, Dracula sounds like this. You are wrong. This is Dracula. Alex Jones sounds more like this. He talks out of the back of his throat. Just right in this area. His vocal cords were ripped out when he was Bill Hicks.
Pup tent. Let's do pup tent at Big Five.
Why would I want to be Ventura's side? I could go surfing with Jesse. Hidden secrets. The powerful.
Okay, we're going to search for a tent at Big Five. 3-person tent, 2-person tent. You just one guy, right? You can get by with one tent. Not a 32-person tent. Yes, yes, yes. We don't take calls from you anymore, Rodney. God, man, you blew it last night big time. You got to go through another year of just calming down. Okay, for only $49.99. Let me just do a tent in general. I thought I could beat my $24.99 price. Prices are going up.
Hey, Yogi the Bear. Hey, G. Fred. Hey, Bonnie. Hey, Fred. How are you? Pretty good, Bonnie.
Man, I can't tip. Hold on, let's lowest to highest. You can get a used tent for $10 on eBay. That's pretty cool. Well, you can get a sleeping bag for $19.98 right now for kids. Here we go, $29.99. For only $29.99, you can lay it. I know you don't want to live anymore. I'm trying to help you. 571, relax. Yeah. He's been so depressed, folks. I mean, we've been talking to him in our chat room. I don't want him to do anything bad. I want him to come in and talk to the show, you know. All right, so you get a tent like this. I'm just telling you, this is how you're going to stay ahead of life. You want to lay down in the woods? Lay down in the woods, but don't take your life. Get in the tent and sit there and just start listening to the woods. And I guarantee it will heal you. You will feel the power of nature heal you. I'm by far the best caster of all on the internet. I know. Well, I am a living legend. It's true. The devil whispered in Sponheim's ear, "You're not strong enough to withstand the storm." Today, Sponheim whispered in the devil's ear, "I am the storm." It's a great picture. I'm glad we took that. All right, so you get in the middle of your happy place in the tent. You get a sleeping bag. You're out no more than $50. You're going to do what many people need to do when they're really stressed out in life, and they just have to calm down. What happened to Ed? 571. What do you mean you're sorry about Ed? Do you know something I don't know? Do you know what I know? Yeah, a humble person would not do. I am the most humble person out there, yes. Perhaps, but I'm not going to say I'm the most humble person, because that would make me kind of egomaniacal. I'm kind of the most humble person. Warning, that's an unsafe site to go to, says her fight. I'm encountering a virus error. Alert, alert. My technology is filtering it. So let's take a look at what nature, what's going to happen. You're going to have kind of a transformation when this happens, when you get into your tent. With a good sleeping bag, mind you. And sleep the whole night. Bring a lot of popcorn, too. Get one of these mega bags of popcorn so you never have to cook or think about anything. Try to avoid GMOs. Most popcorn is non-GMO, in fact. So you're good. Don't worry about it. Please, Rodney, no calls. You're interrupting an important show. I told you, man, I don't take your calls anymore after last night's fiasco. Tell your agent, no. Yes, tell her that you can't get through and you just blew it with me. You took too far. You went too far. I was giving you a little leash and then you hung yourself on it. Metaphorically speaking, of course. This is what's going to happen to your mind. I'm referring to you, sir, the one who's suicidal. I know, we lost Wintard. We've got a person in the room who's very depressed right now. This is your brain when it's recovering from depression. I'm sure they do. I don't really want Rodney. You know, I never asked for you to call and tell your agent, Jill, I think you need to just kind of like get a replacement or something. It's just not working for us. Get somebody who does better voiceovers than you to call me. Because you're not cutting it, man. Okay? Say hello to my little friend. Hi, David Nation. I'm with you, man. But don't ask me about enjoying porn. I mean, that's crazy. God. How many people can really watch porn longer than 3 or 4 minutes anyway? Don't answer that. Well, it gets kind of exciting, you know? Snow may fall in northeastern U.S. as temperatures plunge up to 50 degrees this weekend. The northeastern seaboard is encountering some major weather changes due to apparently a storm front that is going into the... I sound like that guy who does Pacific Redwood. He does a great job every night of tracking chemtrails and looking at weather patterns, but his voice is very, very monotone. And over here, we'll see, zooming in, we're looking at extensive phased array radar, bringing in the outer forces. So it will be very cold in the Northeast. Is this a cool picture, Sarah? Mm-hmm. That is the coolest picture ever. All right, so welcome to the show, everybody. Sarah's here to talk about life. We're also going to try to talk about, I know, it's emptying. We're also going to try to talk about how cheap technology is right now. We are living in technology heaven. You can get an amazing 3-person tent for only $29.99 at Big 5 right now. Now, this could be your ticket out of here in a real-time scenario. Say you're creating a bug-out bag. Wow, they've got some major admirers here. What do you mean turn off guests? This is just getting hot. Real talk with David Nation. Now, if I were to go to a place called Cabela's, we can check something even better. Good man. There are some major BSers here? Okay. We're going to take and show you how to get... You get that tent for $29, right? Then you go to Cabela's. And you look for a camo. Just type in camo. Rodney, please stop promoting yourself as a guest. Rodney comes in as guest 733, says,
Dave, without Rodney, this show could possibly be crap. You know this.
He does self-promotion with guests. It's so funny.
As a guest.
As a guest, yeah. Okay, don't write just camo. Try tent.
Yeah. Hello.
Thank you. I found it. Hang on. I got it for $12.99. For only $12.99, along with a pup tent, a 3-person pup tent at Big 5 for only $29.99. You take this tarp here and cover the tent with it. Now, I don't know about you, but let me ask you. If you're in your garden of earthly delight and you're sitting there and you got your little tent and you're over here in the tree, parked under the tree in your garden of earthly delight. Here, let me move us over here. This is your little place where you're going to be camping out with your little pup tent. Now, I'm dealing with a guy who's really suicidal here tonight, by the way. And this is a serious conversation.
Hang out with me.
Hang out with us. We don't want anyone to feel like life is over.
Everything's fine. You're here to talk to me.
Dave, you sound like you had some experience as a salesman. That pitch was pretty convincing. It's not a pitch. I'm telling we got a person in here who really is depressed, and I want him to get a pup tent.
Are you going to sleep now, Doug?
So they want to go in the woods. I'm telling you, you can hide in the woods in your pup tent. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to sit in that pup tent, and you're going to go, life isn't so bad after all. I'm going to go get something to eat. And then you're going to get hungry. And then you're going to get something to eat. Reduce your life to something simple. And believe me, the tough stuff starts to work its way out. And you stop feeling so depressed. Put your hands in the dirt and grow something. Seriously. Plant some potatoes. Help somebody else do something. Get a crappy tent, man. And get inside your camo cover. But don't take your own life. It's not worth it. Things will open up to you. You got to trust me on this. We will not allow any negative statements about Sarah. You are hereby put on notice. You need Wi-Fi in your tent? Yes. You think I should have a Mark Vaughn unibrow? You don't like my eyebrows? Do you realize how disturbing it would look to see a guy with a big black eyebrow over my face? This is me with a big black eyebrow. So you're saying this makes me much more appealing? How about a little goatee too, while you're at it? I could be like Pepe Le Pew, the French fighter pilot. Bonjour, welcome. Okay, Sarah, improvements coming your way. I mean, what's wrong with my eyebrows? What the hell's wrong with people? They are so mean to me, Sarah. This is hilarious. Hillary, after she finally realizes she just needs a little more electoral votes. Y'all got any more of them electoral votes? Sorry to laugh, but she could be a president. December 19th, the electors could switch if they decide that Donald Trump is incompetent to serve as president. All these electors, it just takes about 15 Republicans to say, you know, I'm out of here. This is not our party. This is not what we define Republicans. You know what George H.W. Bush said he was voting for somebody other than Donald? He said he was voting for Hillary. Something's not right about the Republican Party right now. I'm serious. I know you voted for me. Thank you, 291. Make a note of that. 291 voted for me. Registered. Thank you. Okay. Again, we are going to ban and purge anybody who says negative things about Sarah. Sarah,
There is a chance, Dave Nation.
you can hit guest off at any time. I'll be back.
Because basically, so when you go and vote in the first Tuesday after the first Monday, the Tuesday after the first Monday in November, then what you're voting for are electors sworn to vote for the candidate that you write down. Then those electors then go and vote in the Electoral College, and the Electoral College happens in December, and then those electoral votes are counted in the Senate. Oh, thanks, Mad Dog. Yeah, if they switch and they voted for someone else, that people would not like it, I'm sure. I'm glad you like my sweater. Thank you. Carpet. I wouldn't doubt it, 733. I did not see that, though. I'm glad that you're taken. The West Virginia mayor resigned. I'm not sure. I haven't been following that story. I don't know exactly, Beekman, because everyone has a secret ballot in the U.S. and anyway. Oh, I'm sure, Mama June, all the time, right? Check her out, West Virginia mayor. Resignation. All right, I'll look it up. Yeah, of course, we can still be friends. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Oh wait, we are friends. Hey, that's not nice. 676. Wait, what are you saying? Well, that has yet to actually be proven. I mean, I think they're just coincidental, Rule 34U. That's what I always tell people. Sure, 384. So, some kind of response to a post about Michelle Obama. Oh, she liked a post, a Facebook post. Wow. Clay, West Virginia. Wow. I do think the system needs to be changed, John Uncaged. I agree with that. And it's not necessarily, it wasn't set up in a time, I agree, it was set up in a time where information was not widespread. It's not, I don't think it was set up to assume, I don't think it assumed that you and I aren't intelligent enough to know how to vote. I think it was set up in a time where it took a lot. It took, you know how many days it took for people to actually just show up for the Constitutional Convention? That's what it was. It was just travel and spread of information was very difficult back then. Thank you, 291. YouTube ATP stream keeps better time with a Von Live text chat. Thanks, 3498. I can't remember, Mama June. Alright. Well, and the thing about the Electoral College is that it's really about representation of states that have lower populations. Because if it were only popular vote, no one would go to Nebraska to campaign or anywhere like that. It's about having all of the different places represented, even those with low population. If it was just about popular vote, everyone would be spending all their time in New York and California, and that's it. No, I know, the tree behind me is alive, it seems. Some people say that, Beekman? Oh, I'm sorry, 957. Well, and John Uncaged it. I mean, what was pretty amazing is that the electoral, or the Constitution, was written by people who who didn't like the laws at the time. The spread of information was very slow moving. It took a number of days for the quorum to even arrive. I have no idea. Sarah looks relaxed tonight. That's because Sarah's about to go to sleep. Okay, sorry, I'm just kidding. Alright. I remember the Challenger explosion very well. My goals in 2020. Take care of the American people. Serve them, lead them. You were just a inkling? You didn't exist during the Challenger explosion? Wow. To me it was a big event. I was young though. I mean, I was in 6th grade. Oh, wow. So like, I didn't realize you were more than a decade younger than me, Dave Nation. Well, sure, they can have their cake and eat it too. An editorial on the Electoral College. You're 17, yeah. I loved, I think it was Al Gore's speech about the Challenger. No. That was Al Gore, was the speech about it's Ronald Reagan. I love what Ronald Reagan said in the speech in the memorial of the Challenger astronauts. He said they slipped the surly bonds of Earth to touch the face of God. And I just love that. Actually, it was George H.W. Bush who said, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall." It was Reagan? I think it was his vice president's. Let's go look it up. Oh, it was. Wait. Okay, it was Reagan. So then who said about the Challenger? I have to go look that up too. Was that Reagan too? Maybe that was. I think it was Reagan as well. Yes, exactly. I agree with John Uncaged. To be honest, the Challenger was a bigger deal than 9/11 because it was live, being shown in classrooms all across the country, because there was a teacher going up into space and it was like a big deal. And it was like, we're all watching and then we're like, gonna watch it take off, and then we're all, ooh. Yikes. Yep, Kristen McAuliffe. All right. Let me see who said that now. So that was Ronald Reagan, Mr. Gorbachev. Great aviation quotes. High Flight by John McGee. It was Reagan said it in his address to the nation after the space shuttle. But it came from a poem. That's pretty good Beatles lyrics you got going on there, 498. All right. Thank you, 849. Good night, Jackson. Have a good night. I don't know. It's a good point, John Encaged. Thanks, Mad Dog. Thank you, all of you. Yeah, the Cold War was pretty much drawn to a close when Reagan took over. Yeah, I understand, Misty. I would go to sleep pretty soon myself. So I'm slowly sinking. Obama and Angela Merkel in Berlin assail the spread of fake news. And there's a kickback scheme that they've been charged, some people have been charged with. I don't know. I'm not planning on moving to Canada because I'm planning on staying a US citizen forever. But maybe I'll eventually go and visit Canada. Okay. You wouldn't mind fishing and hunting up there? You want to be the fake news judge? Thank you, Ticken. I'm trying not to, 587. How is it? I've never been to Vancouver. I'm too frugal to get a passport. So Elon Musk closed the Solar City deal. This is pretty funny. Trump took credit for stopping Ford from moving a plant to Mexico, even though Ford was never planning on moving the plant to Mexico in the first place. Poor girls like to marry, rich girls like to flirt, a rich man goes to college, a poor man goes to work. That's pretty true. Yeah, Ford parts are made in China, or there's another company that makes Ford parts that are pretty good. Well, let's see. Here, I'll give you the article and you can read it yourself. Yeah, Ford, I'm sure. Yeah, I agree with you there, John Uncaged. Ford already has a plant in Mexico. It would be helpful if they brought it back. But this is what they're talking about. Yeah, there is a beautiful botanical garden here. Yeah, I know. I purposely put it there so it's like looks like it's growing from my head.
Okay, I think the 3-year-old microwave is toast.
Okay.
Technology the last few years, General Electric microwave starting to smell.
Oh.
I don't trust it. Next time we use get a microwave, I'm going to get an 800 watt or 900 watt because this 1100 watt is way too much energy. 3 years, built-in obsolescence, microwave, General Electric. Hit the dust.
Wow. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, it's very well used.
Yeah, but I mean, really, I used to get 10 years out of microwaves when they first came out. This built-in obsolescence is just a pain. You end up spending $100 every 3 years now for a microwave. Trump just took credit for stopping Ford from moving a plant to Mexico, but it wasn't planning to. That's pretty funny.
Like some people said, they already have plants in Mexico. It would be better if he somehow convinced them to come back to the U.S.
Well, that would be nice, yeah. Isn't that what the story said?
No, this is a different plant that they have in Kentucky.
Oh, I see. Good. Well, Kentucky's a right-to-work state, I think. Thank you, Sarah, by the way. Thank you, Sarah. I use it for convenience. I walk away from it when I use it. But microwaves produce carcinogenic free radicals, yeah. I'm using a shampoo called Beep 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 Beep, and it's really good. It's working out great. If that was censored, it's because I can't endorse any shampoo companies here. Just in case you can't see the supermoon, a large tortilla on the window does the job. Look at that. Do you think there are men who've landed on the tortilla? Do you think we've gone to the tortilla and come back? You think we should mine the tortilla? That's pretty funny. My hair looks great. Well, thank you. It's about time I finally got a great compliment on our show. You know, I went from putting a wig on the other night to wearing my real hair and just kind of dialing in on the shampoo. Yes, I've got my fruit enzyme spray. I'm ready to go. It prevents those the sick, disease-ridden eyelids, which people say I have. It's great that people come in and constantly attack me on a nightly basis. I really enjoy the interplay. Thanks so much, you haters. But you supporters are really the reason why I'm here. I know, there's a lot of GMO corn on tortillas. Beekman, I haven't filed officially with the FEC, but as soon as I do, I'll tell you. So Trump is going to take credit for anything that even remotely looks like he's helping the country. Okay. Then he's going to try to turn it into a for-profit mechanism for his company. See, the Trump brand always helps. You know, I'll bet Trump thinks we're getting the Trump labeling for less than anybody in the world. He's not even charging us for the branding of the Trump presidency. Am I actually getting a laugh in the other room? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't believe I actually got her to laugh. Well, I know our microwave oven creates carcinogenic free radicals in my food, but that's not to say I don't like free radicals. I've had a few free radicals in my life. Blueberries are free radicals. Hey, Dave, I'm gay and LGBTQ and Los Angeles supports you. Wow. Thank you, guys. I used to hang out in Los Angeles. I've met a few transgenders there. Back in 1985, when I was standing on the corner of Melrose and Vine, I met a young transsexual named Donnie. I'll never forget Donnie. Did she tell you it's good? Because she normally doesn't tell people. Why Donald Trump must shut down the Federal Reserve and start issuing debt-free money. You'd think somebody would have, like a Trump tard, would have said this to him during his campaign? Well, I guess since he's here, maybe the Trump tards can talk to him about the Fed. I know Paul Ryan is a strong anti-Fed guy. Would probably move in that direction. Oh, this is written from a Trump tard's perspective. If Donald Trump truly wants to fix the economy, he must shut down the Federal Reserve. Yeah, I agree. A little over a century ago, very powerful forces on Wall Street convinced Congress to completely restructure our financial system. An immensely powerful central bank known as the Federal Reserve was created. And the goal was to transform the U.S. dollar into a debt-based currency that would continuously be inflated and to create an endless debt spiral from which the federal government could never possibly escape. Sadly, they were successful on both counts. Since the creation of the Federal Reserve, the value of the U.S. dollar has declined by approximately 98%, and our national debt has gotten more than 5,000 times larger. Yeah, good point. Yeah, I've been, pushing for ending the Fed for some time. But we've got to get better technology on board to help spawn new industry in this country. I mean, I'm not hearing anything from Trump. We respect your individual rights to freely choose your partners in life. As you probably know, I don't believe the government should be issuing marriage contracts. So I am sidestepping the marriage issue that lesbian, gays, all are concerned about. But not really. By telling the government to get out of marriages, it opens up everybody's chance to having a spiritual marriage with their partner. We can have a legal document very similar to a power of attorney written up for your partner. Give him or her the status to take care of you in the event you're ill, and even cash in on your insurance policy. So all of that's possible without any major changes in the existing structure of marriage laws. We don't need marriage laws. Every state can nullify marriage laws if they want. That's my solution to the same-sex marriage controversy that's so serious around the country. But in no way would we want anyone discriminated against in the government workplace for being gay, lesbian, bi, or transgender. Or, I guess the next question is questioning. Q is the next one, questioning whether you're gay, lesbian, bi, transgender. Mystery as wrecks of the 3 Dutch World War II ships vanish from the Java seabed. These are fears that the sunken vessels off Indonesia, which are the graves of 2,200 people, may have been salvaged from metal already. No doubt, yeah. An international investigation has been launched into the mysterious disappearance of 3 Dutch Second World War shipwrecks, which have vanished from the bottom of the Java Sea off the coast of Indonesia. It's amazing they would go down there and get them. I mean, metal doesn't float, So you use beer and shampoo on your head? David, I took some bad LSD. The tree is moving. You are not recognizing the odd, David. Oh, what does ODD stand for? Yeah, I didn't get I got the Q and the T and the Q. What does the ODD stand for? ODD. All right. J.P. Morgan. Obviously, their children's children are getting jobs. And now J.P. Morgan's settlement lays bare the practice of hiring princelings. So-called sons and daughter program in Asia sought to hire well-connected offspring to win business over. Very mysterious. We call it nepotism. Sassy Trump. Let's listen to Sassy Trump.
Supporters.
White power!
I am very surprised to hear that. I would hate to hear that. I mean, I hate to hear it. I don't hear it. I saw one or two instances. Well, I think it's a very small amount. I think it's the media.
Do you want to say anything to
I would say don't do it. That's terrible. Because I'm going to bring this country together.
They're harassing Latinos, Muslims.
I am so...
Could she put a little bit more makeup on? Is it just me, or does his mouth look like something, some other type of orifice? Anyone want to pipe in on this? And I won't say which kind of orifice it does look like. Sorry. Breathe, Dave, breathe. Why did I breathe? It's such a waste of carbon. Oh my God, I love that. Okay, we will call it for what it is. It's an orifice, okay? Hey, people make fun of my mouth all the time. Yeah, I can't look at them either. It makes me sick. I never said the A word or the U word. The U.S. Attorney for New Jersey, Christie, prosecuted Kushner's father, Charles Kushner, on charges of illegal campaign contributions, among other things, in 2005. A reporting around Trump's vice presidential choice suggested that Jared Kushner personally shut down the possibility of Christie as Trump's pick for second in command. There's also some chat. I'll just wait till you post something else. Denver, first to U.S. to legalize cannabis in bars. Now, I don't know about you, but I mean, hanging out in some bar in Colorado is going to be a little weird, you know? Especially if you're a biker. And you're all, you know, high on meth or something. And you walk up to these really cool, like, shishi marijuana supporters going, hey, dude, don't, like, totally, you're getting all, like, burnt out, dude. That's going to be a conflict waiting to happen. Meth or pot will be the big debate between people in 2025. Okay, they have yet to finish counting all the ballots from last week's vote, but Denver's Initiative 300 has been approved, meaning cannabis will soon be allowed in bars, restaurants, art galleries, and businesses throughout the city. Wow. Colorado's going to be like a little Amsterdam, walking around, smoking a doob, hanging out with your friends. Hey, as you know, I support legalization of marijuana, 100%. Oh my God, just don't ask millionaire...
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear that...
Don't ask millionaire Palm Beach sex offender Jeffrey Epstein about his privates. Okay. This is from a court hearing. I've never seen this before. Jules Technology Music is going to play this. It may contain some graphic language, so you may want to shut your eardrums. This is weird. It may not be suitable for all
Would you raise
viewers.
your right hand, please?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Could you please give us your name?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Is it true, sir, that you have what's been described as an egg-shaped penis?
Form, vague, indefinite, and I'm going to give you the first warning, Mr. Kubin, that these types of questions are...
Objection, Your Honor. Don't you think this is leading and overly intimidating?
Not only argumentative, but
argumentative
in a manner to embarrass Mr. Epstein. If you continue with this type of question, I will adjourn the deposition immediately.
Sir, according to the police department's probable cause affidavit, one witness described your penis as oval-shaped and claimed when erect it was thick towards the bottom but was thin and small towards the head portion and called it egg-shaped. Those are not my words, I apologize. But as Mr. Critton has stated, that this is a... I'm willing to continue.
Apparently, Mr. Epstein did not want to respond. That is a very rare video. Thanks for showing it to me. I had no idea it even existed. Wow. Okay. Hemp grows from a seed to maturity in approximately 12 to 16 weeks. 1 acre can produce durable paper and paper-like products compared to it taking 4 acres of trees. It also can produce clothing, biodegradable plastics, fuel, health food, medicine, and shelter. Ask the government why it's illegal to grow. Thank you. That was a good one. Now they're starting to open up the opportunity to grow it, but we're still on research levels only for hemp. And I'm changing the subject. That's what I'm doing. What we need to do is put the heat on Donald Trump on the Epstein connection. And I'm going to ask my advisor, Broke Insane Obamas, to pipe in on this. Well, let's be clear. What do you mean I just read to you? I read all the chat here. There's nothing weird about this. What if I read every single word you said? Epstein avoided jail like OJ avoided guilt. Facebook admits to more false metrics. 6,000 words per minute. Eric Cesar equals typical Von Stalker swatting Jew? It would be better. I mean, that's pretty interesting. I'm just reading chat. Good reading. LOL. 356. That's what Talmudic Jews do. Read chat for 5 minutes. W. That's racist. I have a beep beep. I'm just reading the chat. Let me put it on the screen for all of you to look at. This is what personal attention gives you. Talmudic Jews use Gentiles' laws against them. What is a Talmudic Jew? Thank you, Dave. What I meant. I am reading this. I am a retard. Dave, I'm challenging you to read that chat every word for 5 minutes. https://www.washingtonpost.com/graphics/politics/Trump administration-appointee-tracker/ When I think of you, I touch myself. Hey, beep beep off, Sponheim. My eyesight is limited. I have an egg-shaped beep beep, and I will beep beep. I am Sofa King. We Todd did. Eric Cesar is planning to visit Sponheim. He will be arrested. Sofa King, wow, that's a real old nick. I am Shiva, the god of death. Hello, Dave. Here's my life story as it is. Smoking J. LOL. Scissor fight, haha. https://www.youtube.com/watch !V equals D3AGILDKFZU. Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson. Control Alt Right. David steals Trump's. No, I don't. Stop the read. Yeah. Y'all look at some weed growing out here. Tales of a doper. Check it, bleed. Yeah, bang. Get down. David's starting to crack. Nope. Hardly. I'm just reading the chat, man. I'm giving you what you want. A little personal time.
That's Tiki Doja, I pull it straight out the toe. And to this day, it's only ganja, I'm never touching that.
And there's some ganja in this field.
Breaking down colas that'll knock you out. Rocky Balboa, California stoner. Check the microphone, taking vultures out the culture like I'm supposed to. I'm a soldier. Doja, all in my mind. And like a trichome glistening, you know I'm a shine. I drop lyrics on them, never a dime. Tell the
I got the ways and the means to make it happen, but I don't know if it's legal in my state.
No dog, don't fuck with no call. We medicating, yes, we feeling great. Don't you know the herb, the healing of the nation?
Hey, you know, I'm geocaching this right now, and I happen to know exactly where this is located. I mean, you would think they would have hidden that RFID chip from that technology sweep. Cigarettes here are going up to $2. Oh, they're going. So you can get a cigarette for only $2 a cigarette now. Wow, that's a good deal. No, you're kidding me. They're like what, 47? How much are cigarettes now? $55 a carton. I don't know. I mean, I don't smoke. Well, let's be clear. $6 a pack. Okay, so it's $60 a carton. Y'all get 10-pack around that. Say, you're smoking cigarettes at that price? My God, $13 here in New York City. How are you gonna make any money in New York? Smoking cigarettes. I mean, you're gonna be smoking all the time. You're killing yourself. Yeah, I mean, the cost to your addiction is going to cost you your respiratory health. Kind of like what Rudy Giuliani did when he didn't give anybody a face mask that went into first responders to the World Trade Center. Now they can barely breathe, They got mesothelioma. Mesothelioma. The correct pronunciation is mesothelioma. Yeah, most people are suffering from black lung right now. I know, especially in New York. Well, I heard that e-cigarettes only had like 5 ingredients compared to 55,000 in a regular cigarette. So what are you talking about, the e-cigarettes being bad? I don't understand. Sure, we can talk about this if you'd like to get down and talk, but I mean, you got Donald Trump, your e-savior. Vape Americans have been waiting for? Here's an article about Donald Trump and his position on vaping. I didn't know Donald Trump had a position on vaping. And these people are really hoping for some change. Okay. This is to drain the swamp, and everybody wants their things done now. Okay. Everybody wants Trump to be their answer man now. Isn't that amazing? You are starting to sound stupid. Wow. Really? So if I speak in a certain dialect, you think I'm stupid? So you want me to do the Bronx and the Jersey? Now that's stupid. I'm happy with defeating Hillary. Oh, so you hate Hillary? I think you're right, Scissor Fight. If we legalize marijuana across the board, it would help our economy. If Donald Trump would get his act together, we would just flat out pull marijuana from the list of controlled substances. Wow, forgot this was lame. Don't forget your date. Okay, this is lame. We're talking about legalization of marijuana. Why don't you just get with the program here? What the hell? I mean, you're not in favor of legalization? Do we have anybody really against it here? Then get the hell out of the room! Oh, sorry. Advanced bid to legal part. Do you have a specific location in the video, Smoking J420? Please respond within a courtesy period of 5 minutes. Yeah, if there's a place in the video you want me to go to, I'll be glad to do it. Are you talking to me? It's kind of fun reading the chat. This is great. We just put the chat right on the screen. You can't get healthy food anywhere. Who cares about weed, fools? I do. And healthy food. I care about both. I got 6 clones of Robin Nesmo. Oh, really? I don't know how you're getting shipment in and out of your location. Good luck with that. Smoking Jay, what's going on, man? You got the link. Seeds to sow. Yeah. Tale of a Doper 21. Yeah, I got that. Where in the video do you want me to go, Smoking Jay? Because I'm not going to play the whole 2 minutes in. Okay.
I'll watch it fly over us in a sec.
Yeah, I'm from the mountains. How we do it and how we living out here? Let me put it in your ear. Homegrown weed in a jar, smoke goose meat. Grew up playing on the field where they use cleats. This Mendo dope and we rollin'.
Somehow I don't see any real. I mean, for all I know, these could be bushes, shrubs. I mean, I don't really see any marijuana, and I don't even see an area where they talk about the government of this particular. California says you can grow 4 plants. Am I right? Oh, so you're getting it from up north within the state. Interesting. So you're telling me that California is allowing interstate shipment of marijuana starters? Interesting. I didn't say anything. Well, apparently you're going to need more than 4 just to survive, but you're only allowed 4. You know how big a marijuana plant would grow? Technically, one of these right here is one plant. You're allowed up to 6 now? Okay. I did not know. We've got an evolving story on marijuana that's getting better and better. I think the technology is there to refine this stuff. I'm a little bit concerned about some of the derivative products of marijuana, like they call this stuff dabs. They use a lot of what appears to be butane to make it. So there's some sort of a contamination issue going on. And I know Washington's been maintaining control over the content of the THC and checking to see various levels of various types of THC in it. But I do believe that there is a contamination toxicity issue to deal with. And I understand there's some GMO efforts going on, and there's a group of people dedicated to creating technology to stop that. Yeah, dabs are just super concentrated, and oftentimes they're using some sort of a butane to make it. It can contamination using moonshine. Okay. Well, you guys are going to be perfecting the new technologies of marijuana refinement. David, you and your family are Mormons? No, we're not. Mormons are a different group of people. I'm an American Catholic. I was baptized Catholic, and I left the Catholic Church. Mormons are different. I mean, they've got Mormons in the room here right now. Yeah, I'm a Reformed Catholic, but I'm no longer Catholic because I really don't support that church anymore. But there are a lot of people who have Mormon roots. I mean, I know of one person in particular who is a Mormon. I don't know her personally, but she's a sex slave.
Hello, my name is Marian Schneider and I'm from SAF TV.
And young women.
They reflect that. And so because of that intelligence, because people can heal and are healing on their own without therapists or doctors or anything like that, they're doing it themselves. And so I have a lot of hope for humanity and the world and the U.S. as well. Because people are strong.
So she's a Mormon and she has hope. Yeah. You'd probably have more hope if you were married to her, too. Cottonmouth King's Marijuana? What is that? Some sort of a brand name you guys are selling in your area? Well, she was a sex slave. She was trained to be a sex slave, and she got out of it with the help of her handler at the CIA. Dave, I uncovered a conspiracy that involves the theft of your election. I'm interested. I'm all ears. Is it the fact that the Russians bought the election results in Florida? I heard Russians rigged the Florida election. Why no more Catholic, Dave? Well, number one, the Pope Francis, said that there is no hell. And I predicated my entire faith on the belief that there is a hell and I don't want to go there. So I'm kind of on the outs with Pope Francis for that reason. And that little thing about the 2,000 people that tried to gain refuge from a communist takeover in Argentina and he didn't even open his doors, that kind of bothers me. And his relationship to the Nazi rat lines of the Nazis going over to Argentina during World War II and how he assisted them early on in his career. I don't really like those things. Yeah. So, I mean, pushing the religion apart from the faith itself in God, that's what I cling to. I believe in God and I have a personal relationship with the Lord. But I don't drift into one specific realm to worship. Well, if you don't believe there's a hell, that's fine. I know they stole my election signs. But I've got proof, emphatic proof, that there is a hell. So I don't need to be reminded of you there is no one because I can see it right now. I can see clearly now there is a hell.
Now, when I was down there, I saw a vat of fire.
huge vat of fire with liquid boiling hot lava and God's eternal judgment. And I saw demons laughing and dragging souls over it. It just died from the earth, that it was called the abominables. And they're thrown in this liquid fire.
And then there's the sounds of hell. In 1999, the Russian government organized a team of experienced geologists to investigate plate tectonics in Siberia. The team was led by Dr. Azakov. As the drilling team reached 4.4 kilometers into the Earth's crust, they discovered a problem. The drill began to rotate wildly, indicating that we had reached a large empty pocket or cavern. Temperature sensors showed a dramatic increase in heat to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. We lowered a microphone designed to detect and record the sounds of plate movements, but instead of plate movements, we heard a human voice screaming in pain. At first, we thought the sound was coming from our equipment, but when we made adjustments, our worst suspicions were confirmed. The screams weren't those of a single human, they were the screams of millions of humans. A newspaper immediately began covering the story, but within hours, the Russian government seized all photos and recordings. Some personal recordings survived. In 2009, a recording was emailed to a radio station in America.
Now, I've got a clean copy of it now, and I warn you, this could scare you. Here's the email. Dear Art Bell, I just recently began listening to your radio show and could not believe it when you talked about the sounds from hell tonight.
Okay, so now we've got an atheist in here who doesn't believe in hell or heaven. Well, let me ask you, atheist, guess 356, do you believe that there is evil incarnate in the minds and the hearts of people? Do you believe that people who have lots and lots of money could be evil? You don't have to comment, it's okay. Look at your number, you're guest 666, yeah, look at you. I don't know anybody by the name of Rusty, yeah. I used to know a person by the name of Rusty in my college years, but he doesn't go by that name anymore. Okay, here we go.
My uncle had told me this story a couple of years ago, and I didn't believe him. Like one of your listeners who discounted the story as nothing more than just a religious newspaper fabricated account. The story about the digging, the hearing of the sounds from hell is very real. It did occur in Siberia. My uncle collected video and so forth on the paranormal, supernatural. He passed away fairly recently, but he would have loved your show. He let me listen to one of the audio tapes that he had on the sounds from hell in Siberia, and I copied it. He received his copy from a friend who worked at the BBC. It took me a while to find it tonight, but attached is that sound from my uncle's tapes. It is very disturbing indeed.
Now that's not some sort of like a steam pipe that's breaking loose underground. Okay, let's get down to normality here. I mean, so yeah, I had a kind of a problem when Pope Francis said that he didn't believe there was a hell. That was the music of Scissor Fight, by the way. My mother was a devout Catholic. Who spread the rumor that you hung around horses? I don't know. I was around horses when I was young. I love horses. I'm kind of a horse whisperer. Oh, please don't call me a name. Thank you. It hurts. It's very hurtful. You're hurting my feelings. I missed a link here. Hold on. Earth Sky has something. Okay, you'll have to excuse me. I didn't want to. Carpet Muncher has something too. Wow. I guess I'm kind of losing track of your links, and I really need to process this. The Russian sleep experiment. We will talk about the Russian sleep experiment later. In the meantime, we must look at the possibility that Putin is making great inroads into the Donald Trump cabinet. Yes. I am sure that Donald Trump will be giving Vladimir excellent control over the Washington area. You make satanic music, Scissor Fight, really? Satan's going to get you. This is the 10 creepiest scientific experiments ever. We got that coming. Wow, this is really bringing out some strange stuff tonight in links. Thank you, Nightcloud. Would you work in the Trump administration? Well, that there is a real problem there, because if you think I'm going to work in the Trump administration, I would have to be given a call by Trump in order to open up a dialogue. Because right now, we don't have no dialogue with Trump. Okay? I consider myself a cross-section of the American people. My vision is clear for America. I really believe that we need to get innovative solutions for environmental technology on board. One of the ideas that I came up with was the, obviously, I think it's a great idea, and I'm not scrubbing any idea that would be easy to deploy, like the vertical windmills on top of electric poles. But this is an original idea of mine. In 2008, I put this together. And I really believe that we could easily have a backbone of energy coming through our electric system that wouldn't in any way create more electromagnetism. So obviously we want to spearhead some green, clean technologies. And if he put me in charge of that, that would probably be a very smart move. The Jewish accent was impeccable. Southern accent is nowhere near as good as the Jersey accent. Well, that wasn't a Southern accent. That is a Texas accent. There, if you call Texans South, you made a big mistake, brother. Texans talk more square mouth like this. That was not a Southern accent. Southern accent's more like this. Y'all be good listeners here. And we all, actually Sarah does a better Southern accent because she has history there. Yeah, I simply disagreed with him one night, and he kicked me out. I can't believe that this person, David Sponheim, actually muted my post. I mean, what the hell, man? I get attacked every night. You're claiming that 4 weeks ago I muted you? I mean, give me a break. I don't need no Sarah. Sarah doesn't need a Lexus. Dave has missed his calling. No, I'm right where I have to be. Wearing my verniers. You know, folks, I got to tell you, I suffer from severe Mountain Dew-itis. Growing up in the Appalachians, I used to drink Mountain Dew every day, and I had my teeth removed. So I had to talk like this. Now I got these press-on veneers, and I have a real smile. I didn't treat you like anything. No, not at all. You're being really severely butthurt, 886. Why don't you just talk about the issues and move on, man? apply some hemorrhoid cream and just move on. David, did the plate in your head shift a little? That is an interesting question. I don't have a plate in my head. Most of my outer perimeter is carbon fiber. There is no actual metal in my exoskeleton. Hey, later, take it easy, man. And don't ever come back here. I just had to ban him for good. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's kind of cool. I saw this on Max Egan's show. Yeah, do you see that? It was embedded in one of his images he put together. I like it. Thank you so much. I'm going to grab that. Very much. I love all this great new technology, images, GIFs. It's fantastic. Yin Yang. Beautiful. I know. Trump watches the show, but it's okay. You're enjoying this. David is best. Thanks. Thanks, John. Well, I got to tell you, man, if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. Have there been any new developments with the Podesta pizza, cheese pizza, and pedophile situation? Quim, not likely. I doubt seriously if Donald Trump is even going to investigate any of the WikiLeaks. It's as if time was racing forward with all kinds of information gathering right up until Election Day, and then after that, it was like, stump Trump. Trump, da-dump-dump, stump Trump. You are hereby removed from the show. It's stump Trump time. I mean, this guy doesn't have a credible discussion going on that sounds interesting unless he's copying my ideas. So Donald Trump extends as far as my ideas go. And he doesn't have any ability to elaborate on them because they aren't his ideas. But if you really want to look at the Trump campaign, what he's doing, he's stacking the entire White House with cronies and, God forbid, lobby connections to foreign governments like Russia. Now, he was caught making 8 appointments recently that are in total violation of the Anti-Lobbying Act, I believe, of 2015. I'm not sure, but they put something together. Obama claimed he didn't have any lobbyists, and then he did. But Trump is clearly in violation of that right now. Even his son-in-law, Jared, and his connection to Goldman Sachs is very suspicious. So that's going to be the news item, the Stump Trump. Well, I will admit, 926, that he did get rid of the Hillary legacy, and the Hillary Clinton legacy now needs to be prosecuted. But that's the only byproduct of having Donald Trump win this election. We are benefiting from that simple fact. But since he's basically a stump and there's not much going on there, it's kind of pathetic that you actually believe he's going to do anything. So here's the news of the day. We're returning to the stump to find out information, and then it disappears. I have emigrated. I'm doing it right now in real time. I'm Googling Greater Israel map. This is a map outlining the extent to which the state of Israel wants to achieve greater control. Planned. It includes Iraq. Googling brought me this information. I don't want to be anything like Trump. I'm not a person who lies and takes money and is materialistic and greedy. I would never tell you I was worth $10 billion when I'm not. You know, things like that. I'm different than him. So this is the Greater Israel. This is what's planned for everybody. This is the Zionist takeover of the region. Wow. Am I correct in putting this on the screen? Trump never built anything. He hires people and doesn't pay them fully to build things. Have you heard about the Polish people that work for him in building hotels? And they never got paid fully and they're suing him? You haven't heard about that? Okay. Obama didn't have a legacy to start with. Trump is using my ideas to win. It would have been me instead of Trump if I had had credible news coverage over the past 8 years. But since I've been completely obliterated and censored in every way, I can't talk on any issues, and I can't even take the credit for the 10 ideas that Trump stole, even though they are my ideas, because nobody's listening, except you. Trump's legacy will be basically borrowing us to the point of the brink of terminal indebtedness. He has no knowledge of cutting costs. Trump has never, ever cut costs. Hydroglow, how you doing, man? I love you, man. I love you. But honestly, Trump is not a fiscal conservative. I am. And I can tell you I would cut the budget in so many different ways. But we'd be spawning new technologies like this. I'm not like Trump. Trump copied me. I don't think you understand. You stayed with a lot of people this week and love everyone. Wow. Pretty good. Are you you're an ambulance driver, right? Has new hotel under budget and ahead of time? Okay, you might want to go check the walls out because they're probably not built with any solid material. Come on, man. This guy's cutting deals with some of the worst gangland figures in American history, let alone Russian history. Oh, you're in-house now, really? So you work out of your house? People come into your house and you... Oh, you're an in-house hospital person. Oh, I got you. CRISPR, gene-edited, tested in a person for the first time. CRISPR is this new thing that's trying to violate all anti-GMO laws. It's dangerous. And it doesn't necessarily prove to be safe. So this gene editing tested in a person for the first time, what's the result? Well, that's healthy. I want to eat that. Yeah, that looks like fun. Just dive right in. What do you say we make a big burger out of it? It's CRISPR. Yeah, it would be kind of cool. We just munch it right into a small little package. So dive right into that beefy weefy. It's CRISPR. Okay, what is this all about? This is insane. A Chinese group has become the first to inject a person with cells that contain genes edited using the revolutionary CRISPR-Cas9 technique. On October 28th, the team led by oncologist Lu Yu at Sichuan University in Chengdu delivered the modified cells into a patient with aggressive lung cancer as part of a clinical trial at the West China Hospital. Earlier clinical trials using cells edited with different technique have excited clinicians. The introduction of CRISPR, which is simpler and more effective than other techniques, will probably accelerate the race to get gene-edited cells into the clinic across the world. Wow. I think this is going to trigger Sputnik 2, he says, a biomedical duel on progress between China and the U.S., which is important since competition usually improves the end product. Huh. Gee, I thought this was CRISPR, the thing they were adding to food products. Lu's trial received ethical approval from a hospital review board in July. Injections into participants were supposed to begin in August. Lu says, because culturing and amplifying the cells took longer than expected, and the team ran it at China's October holidays. So count on all of your cells being injected with CRISPR soon. This is fantastic. Wow, I never thought CRISPR could be so crispy. Look at this, is like insane, man. Genetically manipulating cells. Excuse me, please not come in here and make a stupid statement. You're banned from our show. Thank you. Nope, my mother and father were proud Americans and fought against communism. In fact, you can honestly thank my parents solely for stopping communism in the 1950s. Thank you very much. And you'll thank me later when I stop communism from taking over the Trump White House. Let's go to the Trump impeachment room, shall we? Come on in, everybody. We're going to head into the impeachment room. Okay, here we are. We don't have any money that he has in a public trust, like he's required by law to do. He's been in touch with Russia during the campaign itself, which is a clear and classic violation of the Logan Act. His plan to make America great is really just a plan to sell more property to the Russians in Florida. So if you think this guy is doing anything for your best interests, I ask you, what do you think he's planning for you? Anybody have an idea that Trump is going to offer them something? There's not one person in here is going to get anything from Trump. Isn't this interesting? I offered $400 a month per U.S. citizen. He's not even going to stop food stamps to non-U.S. citizens. He's going to keep that going. He's going to sound like Hillary in about 2 or 3 weeks. What difference at this point does it make? He's not going to do anything. He's not going to disrupt a shadow government. He just met Henry Kissinger publicly. What the hell? Are you brain dead? You're going to get his jet? Trump has never made a joke in his life. I never laughed once at anything he ever said. The joke's on you when it comes to Trump. You guys played the Trump card, and now you're going to get played the race card pretty hard. Now, Trump denies that any kind of global climate change is happening. He even said there is no drought in California. It's a Chinese plot. Look at Melbourne. PK Truth has a 9-minute video about how trees are dying due to global warming as we enter a mini ice age. So he's right. We are entering a mini ice age, but trees are dying for other reasons. It's called toxic contamination of the environment. So we'll take a look at that later tonight. Fantastic. Putting that in the lineup. Thanks for that tip on the plan to create a greater Israel. I'm against the Zionist plan to continue to use us to fight wars over in Iraq, Afghanistan, and now Syria. I'm not going to be able to listen to any of you if you think for a second that I'm ever going to work a day of my life again, unless it's for President of the United States. Okay, so let's get that clear. I gave up working when I retired, but I'm willing to work for you if it means something. Cool. We've got a video on how to detox your lungs tonight. That looks really good. Thank you. That's what he said. It's global warming is a myth conducted by the Chinese. That's what I'm saying. Trump doesn't even acknowledge California being in a drought. I mean, come on. The guy's one step away from being completely out of it and checking into the leisure world. Pink Floyd. Whoa. Totally. Listen, they're like a cover band for like Pink Floyd did. Puff the Dragon has like a cool link. We're going to play like a Pink Floyd retro thing here. Coming up at the bottom of the hour at 9:30, we're going to do a little Pink Floyd for you. We do a recorded show, by the way. So we averted this. We averted the Hillary Clinton in the office, but what did we get instead? That's the huge question. David, O.J. Simpson, you both big heads. Really? Oh, I've got a big head? I beg to differ. What did we get instead of Trump? Well, we got a guy very similar to somebody in history. I think you remember this guy. He's still in jail, but he was kind of a megalomaniac too and had kind of wild ways about him. No, I'm not comparing Donald Trump to Charles Manson. It was just a coincidence that I had it on the screen. Disturbing video shows cop punching a young woman in the face in front of small children. I don't know if I can handle any more violence, but I'll play it for you in a few minutes. Dave, you can't really run. Your mental records will come out. I don't have any mental records. I've never had any mental problems in my life. How dare you insult Manson for comparing him to Trump? Wow. Hydroglow says, screw Clinton. The future belongs to Sponheim. I've been waiting for you to make it happen. I've been waiting for everyone to make it happen. We're still trying to get some mainstream media attention. But I got to tell you, we've got a lot more people coming into the room and watching us overseas. We found out that, yeah, I know, Rex. We found out that millions of people are watching our show now through the UHF channels around the world. And that's really how people without cable TV get internet and access to internet shows. And these are very interesting, rich content shows, so you can understand why they're just playing them every single day for free. They can make whatever they're going to do on our show because we don't have any idea who's copying us and what they're doing with it. You know, I heard a statement by Charles Manson. I'm sure he convinced a lot of the Manson family of his intelligence when he was convincing the Squeaky Fromm and others in Krenwickel to go and kill the Tate and LaBiancas. I mean, hello. He personally admitted that he was responsible for the death of 5 people. He said that to his psychiatrist. He was an intelligent man, but before he started putting people out there to try to get him killed. Telling people to go out with steak knives that they stole from the Sizzler was not exactly a safe thing to do. I read Vincent Bugliosi's book. I mean, I thought it was spot on. Breaking, Obama's fake ID update. Forged birth certificate fraud going public. Thank you. Okay, so you know that I want to prosecute Barack Obama in 2020 because I can't do it now as your president. You know that Trump made a deal to become president. He had to accept the fact that people believed that Obama was born in the U.S. Manson predicted a race war in 1969. What the elitists are doing now is no different than what Manson did back then. The people that are running the world are genocidal maniacs. They'd be more than willing to start a race war. It's not necessarily starting. Mind you, we aren't seeing a race war yet. We are seeing race cards being played in America for a good reason. But you got to understand the elitists picked Donald Trump instead of Hillary Clinton because Hillary didn't have that racial component to her plan for America. They really want to inspire us to become enraged Americans and have martial law declared in this country. Everything is going according to Nostradamus. All right. Well, I'm not disagreeing with you. No, the media didn't pick Trump. The people that own the media picked Trump. I mean, the media doesn't have a brain. The media just does whatever they're told. If the media had free and open access and it was a free press, I would have been in the news by now. But they've been told not to run my story. I've been censored on all different levels. I can't tell you how oppressive it is. My chili was incredible. Of course they're going to have a terrorist attack. And you know something that's even scarier than this terrorist attack they're going to have? There won't even be any proof of the terrorist attack. It'll be another false flag. Now, there was proof of the 9/11 attack, but we're processing that almost weekly now. We have a Truth Tuesday show dedicated to 9/11. I'm a truther. I believe 9/11 was an inside job. But what they did at 9/11, we're still trying to figure this out. We may have seen a scalar weapon used. Not just a detonation and a complete demolition, but the buildings definitely did not fall because the planes hit them. That's just BS. And we can shoot holes through that theory night in, night out. We do it every single Tuesday.
Hey there, buddy. How you doing? Living large. Hey. Get a job.
I've never been a flat earther. That is a psyops created by the CIA. It's called Operation Shoot the Moon. And what the flat earth idea is how stupid can they make the American people? Operation Shoot the Moon measures the metrics of stupidity in the nation. They simply look at how the dialogue of flat earth society is going and determine how intelligent or unintelligent they've made the American people. No, I've never been to space. Not in this body. If you believe in going to space in some other body, I mean, feel free, but I don't assign to that belief. Bill legalizing Jewish settler homes on private Palestinian land gets initial parliamentary approval. Yep. I know people that live in the Golan Heights. I know a guy who lives over there right now who wants to buy a house. I'm not in touch with him. I don't have any communication with him anymore. He's been getting a stipend from the Israeli government. He's an American, and now he's a dual citizen. And he's been getting a stipend to live in the Golan Heights, $35,000 a year the Israeli government gives him to live there, so that he can be a settler in one of these houses. He makes $35,000. He doesn't do anything but train to use a firearm. And that's probably why he moved there. He's a Jewish guy who decided to become a landed immigrant in Israel. But That 35 grand is actually our U.S. dollars given to Israel every year. We give them $3.5 billion a year. And now it looks like Trump, being the Zionist that he is going to approve the $38 billion that Israel wants without any strings attached. And I openly said that I would require Israel to sign the nuclear non-proliferation agreement in order to pay them $38 billion over a 10-year period. They put people in prison. There's over 700,000 people in America that get pulled over for marijuana possession in the U.S.
Rodney says his laugh is your laugh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you could patent that. Whatever. Get a trademark on your laugh, Rodney. All right, we're ready to go. It's 9:30. Thanks for coming to the show, everybody. It's been fun. It's been real, but it hasn't been real fun. So when you tell people about us, I want to remind you of all the things that we don't represent. We're not like the two parties where it's all about money and greed. You're welcome. We are cutting edge. We want to stop chemtrails. We want no forced vaccinations.
I heard that Jesse Ventura was on the Alex Jones show.
Yeah, I heard that. Okay. Dave, the problem with our security is they can't keep up with a hacker. Seriously, man. Well, they're working on that. They're paying off as many hackers as they're being born every day. The FBI has a blank check when it comes to hiring people who do hack. And I have it on just general knowledge that the FBI hired nearly 100,000 people making over $80,000 a year. Excuse me, that's 81,000 people working at 100,000 a year that work in the IT sector. So the FBI has 81,000 employees now making over 100 grand. Good night, Mystify Me. And what do we stand for? Obviously, no GMO food. I want to challenge Monsanto and Dow. I want to do things that have never been done by any presidential candidate in the history of America. Stop them in their effort to destroy our planet. Bring back some sanity to what's happening with the environment. Probably about, I would say, 4,000 shows. I don't know, abnormal. I'm not counting right now. Well, you can write me a letter if you want to get an application in there. We don't have a college program like so many countries that do, and we support a pathway to getting a college education, albeit a 2-year program or a 6-week to 6-month program. We want to give people a 6-week certification or 6-month certification sometime in between, where they can make a decent living, $20 to $25 an hour. It's not quite what the other countries are offering with a 4-year education. It would cost us too much to provide $75,000 to every American who needs it. Dave, your people are making fun of my vegan lifestyle. They're calling me a fag. Don't listen to him, 604. We need your help. Get a username and call yourself Mr. Vegan. And come in the name. Come in the show. We understand your preferences, and we don't want to make you feel alienated. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's no reason to call you anything other than a vegan. Okay, try not to listen to the haters, because they're out there to interrupt everything. Okay, so just to recap here, we want to bring our troops home, unlike Trump, who wants to start funding wars over in Syria. I support high-tech defense, as opposed to massive junk airplanes like the F-35 that really needs to be decommissioned. And the F-18s that we're producing can be reduced to, I could probably fit 200 unmanned vehicles in the cost budgeting for one F-18. Seriously. We'd have 200 vehicles that could carry a payload for the cost of one F-18. So our country's perspective about war has got to change. We need much more disposable defense capabilities so that we don't have to worry about replacing jets or old, antiquated unmanned vehicles, for that matter. We've got to get a little bit more lean and mean when it comes to building a fleet of defensive technologies that will actually make our country cutting edge. We also don't need our troops out there because, frankly, we could start fighting wars with unmanned vehicles. The day will come soon when that'll be possible. But we still believe that our troops need to stay on board with a salary, and I will not cut the military. Whereas Obama wanted to cut it by 500,000, we will keep our 2 million man-woman force as strong as we have it right now under this plan. And ending the Federal Reserve, something Trump won't even entertain, simply because he doesn't understand the nature of the monetary system. Trump merely relies on his tax attorneys to make decisions, and his financial advisor. His top financial advisor is a felon, by the way. So you got a theory that Chelsea's going to run for office? That's pretty funny. Doesn't strike me as a person who's going to really step out. She seems like a woman who's kind of burnt out already. We are pro-legalization all the way across the board, recreational marijuana. And that's true in every state. That'll be something I'll do. The first thing I'll do is legalize all marijuana. Hopefully Trump will do it first. I'm hoping he'll copy that idea and do it right away, because we really need to legalize marijuana across the country. And things that we're just completely different than Trump on. Trump has no plans for a revolutionary rooftop solar system for America. This is something Hillary copied, the idea that we had. But these rollout rooftops could very well be put on every single roof in America. And we can also fix up housing that is currently dilapidated and create nice new houses like right here. Renovating houses, flipping houses, getting the government to get a return on investment. These are all core ideas of our plan to restore America. And our idea is at AmericasThirdParty.com in the form of a book. We have a book called Hybrid Capitalism, which pretty much gives you the rundown on all of our ideas, even our older ideas, which are still out there. The mobile medical unit idea, the ocean pipeline, and the safe zone idea is mentioned in the book. So we have concepts that will truly revive our country, so much so that Donald Trump stole over 10 ideas in order to get elected. And I'm going to shelve 3 of the ideas. We're going to shelve the ocean pipeline. We're putting that on hold because I've got much better filtration technology I'm thinking of, using a type of hemp material that mimics graphene as a filter to get salt out of water. So as much as I love the idea, it's not like I'm giving it up. I'm just going to put it on hold for a while. And then, of course, it's all in our book, Hybrid Capitalism. All right, thank you so much for coming in. The book is available at our store at AmericasThirdParty.com for 99-cent download. Hybrid Capitalism. Yes. And that ends the video portion of our live encounter with me. So the 1,000-mile fence is a go, and Donald Trump has finally seen the light and now wants to copy the idea verbatim instead of creating a wall, which he tried to do his little creativity thing on it. It didn't work. Now they're saying he can't build a wall. Like I've said all along, he's going to be building a fence, which is our core idea, a 1,000-mile fence. Good night, everybody. I told you, man, we're not taking your calls anymore. You blew it last time. You were on thin ice as it was, and you just kind of like broke through the ice, and you won't be calling anymore. Yeah, you didn't know how close you were to the edge, did you? I know. We were just giving you a little leash to kind of like finish you off there, Rodney. Yeah, we just didn't want to, give you any more time in the show. Well, golly. We're going to find out about how to clean your body, your lungs tonight. We got a cleansing video. We've got a video about possible trees dying in Melbourne. We got a story about Chelsea. We'll start with the Chelsea most recent story. Somebody has a conspiracy that Chelsea's going to be running in 2020. We'll take a look at that. All right, take care. Have a good night. Get some sleep. I will talk about the trade issue, yeah. I'm hoping to cancel TPP. I hope Donald follows up on his truth that he said he was going to stop TPP. I don't want to go forward with TPP, and I certainly don't want to create another NAFTA or CAFTA. Big mistake. Our country has gone over the edge, giving in on trade issues. You know, this is where Donald Trump might excel. We'll see what he does with the trade issue, but thank you for asking. I don't expect Donald to do anything that he says, so it's going to be a surprise to see if he does anything. I know. I've seen him flip so many times now, it's almost ridiculous. You guys who voted for him, you're going to realize how much he's flipped all the time. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.